one of the things that has helped me in my marriage is I really have an order in what is most important to me.
Mm,
And the moment that God brought my husband into my life, what was most important to me was being his wife. And I wanted to be his wife, right? Like not just
right.
a wife, because sometimes we just want to be, just make me the Proverbs 31 woman. But there may
Right.
be some things about the Proverbs 31 woman that doesn't fit for your husband. And so to know my
Yeah.
husband well enough to know what it means to be a good wife to him, and for me
Hmm.
to be able to determine whether or not I could be that type of wife for him was the foundation for our relationship. And anything
Yes.
that keeps me away from prioritizing my number one goal of being his incredible wife, I begin to question and balance. Yes, I'm a powerful woman. Yes, I have an opportunity to make incredible impact on the world in different spaces and fields,
That's
but
right.
it can't come at the expense of me being his incredible wife. And what I
Right.
love is that I married a man who wants me to make that impact. So he wants me
Right.
to be his wife, but he also wants me to be in the fullness of who I am as a woman. And I think that we
Hmm.
have to marry people not just because we want them and need them to be something to us, but because we
Right.
want to support who they are in the world and who they can
That's
be
right.
in our families. And I think that we have to be less self-centered in relationships so that we
Hmm.
can truly see it as a partnership that is meant to affect change in the world. And it sounds like you guys are doing that.
We are, and we have our moments where we lose sight of it sometimes,
Sure.
but we just realize, okay, especially as you get older, because so many things change and your mindsets change, and you can get comfortable, and then it does adjust, and you have to continue to go back. It's a great
Mm,
way to look at it. That at the beginning of all this, it was just you and me,
yeah.
and we don't need to be so driven for ministry
Yes.
that we lose the joy of our relationship. That doesn't matter. That's, God will open doors anywhere, but I think the greatest legacy we can leave is a good marriage, a strong marriage. Not that we haven't taught our children, how to resolve conflict. I think when they
Yeah.
say don't fight in front of your kids, well, sometimes you just can't help it. But we
Yes.
also learn how to apologize in front of them. We also
Right.
learn how to sit down and say, hey, that's not the way that should have gone.
Yeah.
And we've, especially because we also pastor with our whole family. Our girls, Danielle and Nicole, lead our worship. They run our kids ministry. They do so much here, and our son is a big part of our tech team. And so working together as a family, this, it can be the best of times and the worst
Mm.
of times. It can be such a struggle. Why'd you say that? Why'd you do that? I thought we weren't, and then your family, you have that familiarity that you don't have the lines that other people would never say to each other that your family will say. So it's finding that balance of honor, respect, pastors, parents, all those things that are I feel like I have a lifetime of I think I could maybe give some advice to people of what to do and what not to do. But the greatest gift of my life that I could leave is the legacy of my family, not my songs, not my preaching, but it's my family, that we're still together, that we
Yes.
still love Jesus, we still love each other. We have our moments, but at the end of the day, we know what we're called to, and we're going to fight for our family. And that's
Okay.
the greatest gift I can give.